I know a lot of people that have lost faith in the media.
I think people are way more susceptible to fake news than they think they are.
I have stopped clicking on things on Facebook that aren't like the New York Times or something that I recognize.
I think it's inevitable in times of political tension because people want you to believe what they believe. And I don't think it's morally or ethically right, but it happens, and I just think that as a society we need to do better, and the better we are about knowing what's fake, the less it'll happen.
The media has become too, they try to sell it too much, and that's the problem. They have sensationalist headlines, and in order to get people to read it, they sell it, which makes it too fake. They should be stating facts, and at the end, if they want, they can put their opinion, but they should not be ever labeling an opinion as news.
Not doing the whole basket?
Like, we're in new territory right now, and it's a difficult time to be covering news.
I think that's a very good idea, because the more credible that you can be, the better your news story is going to be. And the more we can say, this is where I got this information from and this is how I got it, the more people are going to believe in a piece or in a brand, you know?
I think that, like, as a project to make a point, I kind of like it.
It could be valuable on just a face value, like, oh, I know that I can trust them, but also who's in charge of that? A little bit of a slippery slope. So on one hand, I understand the need for it. On the other hand, practically, I don't see that working. I think that people just honestly need to do more research, and that if you see something on Facebook, don't just believe it because you like what it says.
I think that's just holding the hand of the audience way too much. I think the audience should be able to distinguish what is good and what is bad, and I don't think it's the authority of any one being to be able to label one news organization as bad. Because if you look at President Trump right now, he called the New York Times fake news, which I'm assuming most people would disagree with.
Everyone disregards the media, and they're just like, oh, it's just the media. So there's no education on how to consume the media. If we were educated on how to consume the media, we would not need like a nutrition label. But it is really interesting for like, but there already are nutrition labels. It's like, this is a sports article, you know? And if you're reading a trustworthy source, you shouldn't have to have like, this 50% of this is true. Yeah, I don't know, it's weird, but that's definitely like, that would increase censorship on media, which is like not okay at all.
About why there should be a cap on how many women can be in STEM majors, and it wasn't really an argument, like, as far as like, I don't know, there were no real points or facts behind this thing. It was all just feelings based off of their experience with like women, even though they weren't listening to the women when they were there anyways. So the story itself was just so terrible.
Definitely been tricked by like smaller moments where I'm just like, what? Like, why did I believe that even for a second?
There was actually a story in one of my columns that ended up being fake news, and it was like, okay, we need to catch that better next time and everything. We need to verify more facts.
I saw this one guy who was sharing this article of Hillary Clinton during one of her debates, touching her eye or earlids to signify some sort of signal to the debaters. That was crazy.
It was about a woman like killing her husband because he voted for Donald Trump, and I was like, this is an interesting story, and it was totally fake, and I was like mad that I believed it even for a second.
It was about this Santa Claus in Tennessee who held a dying boy in his arms, and his last wish was to see Santa Claus.
I read something saying Colbert would be replaced by James Corden, and I was like, this is sad if true, but I hope it's not true. But that's really the biggest thing. I'm pretty good at distinguishing what's fake and what's real, but that one scared me for a bit.
I think UCLA, the professor in UCLA, published a huge list of news sources that we should not be trusting, and I was like, oh my gosh, I've clicked on like half of these. And it's, yeah, I don't know, so that like definitely changed my perspective on who to trust like, in the media. And I don't know, some of it is just like clickbait stuff or just, I don't know, like it's garbage. So I've stopped paying attention to it.
I think it's easier than ever before to sort of manipulate information, to manipulate people on a large scale, and to share stories that are fake, that are clearly propaganda, and still get hundreds and thousands of hits, views, likes, whatever. That's a dangerous thing.
My name is Madeline Purdue, and I am the assistant news editor at the Sagebrush.
I am Paulo Shasta. I'm representing Wolfpack What at today's RSJ Fest, which is here to promote the clubs in the Reynolds School.
I'm Brianna Denny. I'm tabling for the National Press Photographers Association Student Chapter Club that's starting on campus, and I'm a photo student.
Okay, my name is Caroline Ackerman. I'm the general manager of Wolfpack Radio, and I'm representing Wolfpack Radio at the RSJ Club Fair.
I'm Jacob Solis. I am the editor-in-chief of the Nevada Sagebrush. Do you want me to look at the camera or at you?
The media will always be present, no matter what, like, if print dies, suddenly the internet's gone, like, whatever, like, media will always be there because people need to be informed. And it's a really interesting time right now to be, like, joining the media and becoming, like, a part of this next generation of, like, media professionals, because, I don't know, we have, like, a lot of things to fix, but we also, there's a bright future, and there's a lot, I don't know, everything needs to be covered and stories need to be told, and things are changing because of social media, which is awesome. Like, we need to accept it. So it's, I don't know, and I'm definitely learning that here in the J School, like how to accept all these new media platforms and make the best possible use of them.